WhatsApp onto the number 0807 for a chance to win. You send your answer, which include your name and your location. Don't forget your name and your location. It's very, very important. Your answer, it's not going to be marked correct or wrong. There's no whether it's a right answer, a wrong answer. No. As long as your response gets in here, it gets into the raffle draw, and when it's time to pick a winner, you just might be that lucky winner. All right, but don't forget to put your name and your location. Are you ready for the question? Are you sure you are ready? Okay, now let me get you the question. What's something you've learned from past relationships? What's that something that you've learned from past relationships? That's the simple question. You don't have to think too much. That is the question. Let me know your responses while you send them on WhatsApp. 0807-777-9927. What is that something, or what's something you've learned from past relationships? To the number 0807-777-9927, only on WhatsApp. All right, and don't forget to put your name and your location. Let's go now. It's time. One person will be, can be, should be, will be the lucky winner that goes on with 5,000 naira. Here is Young John. Valentine's giveaway on Flow FM 92.7. Now, I'm always excited because it's about money and we're giving away money. What's more exciting about that? I mean, all right, the question for this evening is very simple. Not stress, no hassle whatsoever. What's that something you've learned from past relationships? What's something you've learned from past relationships? You can only send it on WhatsApp, or no calls, right? And when you're sending your response on WhatsApp, remember to put your name and your location. It's important. Because if you put your name and your location, that is how we'll be able to put a face, an identity to your response. Of course, do not forget the number to send it on to 0807 777 9927. And do well to go on Facebook now, because this particular show is streaming live on Facebook, Flow FMNG, on YouTube, Flow FM 927. All right, 0807 777 9927. Now let's begin. Let's get to WhatsApp real quick. Good evening, Nell saying Flow FM. Orimoloye Adesoji from Fate says, I've learned to trust and stay straight with my partner. Aha! I love this one. All right, thank you so much, Orimoloya Adesoji, for your response. Also on WhatsApp, good evening, Nelson. How has been your day, sir? My day, fantastic day I've got. I learned regular communication with my girlfriend and honesty. Emmanuel from Sobi Barracks. All right, thank you, Emmanuel. I appreciate that. My name is Sunday Elijah from Agric, Kwara State. I learned from my previous relationship that trust nobody. Actually, it's a long story. Hey, long story. Don't worry. We got time to listen. But thank you so much for your message. Also on WhatsApp, Taiwo Moses from Gomo says, one of the most important lessons from past relationships is that communication and emotional intelligence are key. No matter how strong the connection, misunderstandings and unmet expectations can create distance if they aren't addressed openly and honestly. Another valuable lesson is that compatibility goes beyond chemistry. Shared values, life goals, and emotional support matter just as much, if not more, than initial attraction. And lastly, I've learned self-love and boundaries are essential. A healthy relationship requires two whole individuals, not two halves, trying to compete or complete each other. Knowing when to walk away from something that isn't serving your well-being is just as important as knowing when to fight for what you have. Taiwo Moses Obafemi, I said one thing. Well, thank you so much for your take and, of course, your response on the show. Good evening, Nelson. Gift from Ejiba says, the thing I learned from past relationship is how to be submissive unto a man. Thank you, Gift. This is loaded. I appreciate you. Hey there, it's Frimpong from Taiwan. The thing I learned from past relationships is the necessity to always communicate with one another. Communication is key, vital, pivotal to any relationship. Thank you. Have a good night rest, and you too. 0807 777 9927. What is that thing that you learned from your past relationships? Send it on WhatsApp to the number 0807 777 9927. Don't forget to put your name and your location. That's what qualifies you to get onto the draw and qualifies you to win 5,000 naira. Here is Lewis Capaldi, Someone You Loved. your Go with the Flow station. Yes, how are you doing? Yes, it's still the time. The time is still here. Don't let this time pass you by. Ensure you grab it, hold it by the horn and say, I will not let you go. All you need to do to qualify to win yourself 5,000 naira on the show is to send your response to the question, what's something you've learned from past relationships, to WhatsApp 0807 777 9927 0807 777 9927. Include your name and your location. That's the most important part of it. All right. And now your response doesn't have to be right or wrong. As long as the response gets inside, you get to win yourself 5,000 naira. Need I remind you, it is 7 days of Valentine's giveaway that started on the 7th. This is day 4. All right. And it will run through to the 13th. And on the 14th is the biggest day. That's this Valentine Day special. It's the grand finale, right? And that particular day is where you get to win 20,000 naira. All right. So if you didn't win this week, you can participate and win. But you get to now qualify to win the biggest of the biggest on Friday. So stick around for that one. But of course, right now, you can stand a chance to win 5,000 naira. What's something you've learned from past relationships? Okay, now let's get to WhatsApp real quick. Good evening, Nelson. My name is Idowu and I live at Moraba, Ilorin. Lessons from my past relationships. Love myself. Be confident. Be self-reliant. Never trust blindly. Omo, this one. It has to be loaded. Pass what I think. All right, thank you so much, Idowu, for this. Blessing from Sobi Barak says, my name is Blessing from Sobi Road, Ilorin. What I love most is my man to buy me my favorite when I'm returning from office. Okay. You're talking about Valentine's Day already? It's all right. Thank you so much for that. Good evening, Mr. Presenter. Olamilekon from Zongo says, that one thing I've learned from past relationships is that you cannot change someone. People are who they are, and trying to change them could be really exhausting. I tell you, sometimes you can just be eating the hard nut and it will be hard to crack. That's the way it is. Thank you, Olamilekon. Precious Comfort rather from Tanke says, good evening, Nelson. I learned from my previous relationship that compromising and understanding is very, very vital. It's vital, very vital. Compromise as when it's to you. Understand, because it's key to a love, romantic, successful relationship. All right, thank you for that. Victor from Surulere, Lawrence says, good evening, Nelson. I'm a first timer. To your question, for me, it's trust issues that I've learned. Trust issues. I've also learned that too. Don't trust anyone. Anybody can pop up and do whatever they want to do. You can know yourself and know yourself for who you are. Thank you so much, Victor, for this one. Also, Hello Flow FM, Baba Obon Sunday from Kilanko area says, I learned to have a little trust. I always listen to side talks about my babe, which eventually made me to lose the relationship. It's painful when I later discovered the truth about the matter. So, you were listening to people. Hearsay. When they say this, you believe. When they say that, you believe. And now you learned that don't always listen. Confirm first. Because you just might not like it, the outcome of it. Thank you so much. Baba Omo Sunday from Kilanko. Also, WhatsApp. Daniel from MFM says, good evening, Nelson. Something that I've learned from my past relationships is not to let money be the basis of a relationship, and not mutual feelings too. I like this. Thank you so much, Daniel, for this wonderful one. Good evening, Mr. Nelson, the guy we got to love. Yes, that's my name. Call it again. Let me hear. Trust you're good. I'm good. Well done. Thank you so much. You're doing great. I'm really thankful. I'm a woman from Taike. I've learned to always put myself first and also manage my emotions and mental health. Putting yourself first, because you matter and your future matters as well, and that's very important. All right, and also managing your emotions and mental health. All right, thank you so much, Omaomi. Also, good evening, Master of Love Matters. Yes, that's my name. Call me again. Let me hear. Don't have a past relationship though. In my present relationship, I've learned to keep it calm at all cost. I've been enjoying your show since morning up till now. Keep up the good work. Sebastian from Adewale. Thank you, my brother. It's so good to have you on the show. So keep listening. There's still more to come. And don't touch your radio. Thank you for being a friend and a companion on Flow FM 92.7. Dauda Kowi Abiodun from Tanke says, good evening, Nelson. Past relationships taught me what will be. But one must always play his or her part maximally with pure intention. If the relationship works, it will blossom. But if it doesn't work out, God will compensate one with a better by far relationship. I like where you ended it. Thank you, Dauda Kawi Abiodun from Tankel. Son, WhatsApp. Good evening, Flow FM. I learned self-confidence and not to fall much. You don't want to fall much. Sometimes you just fall your kata and then the love just gets overwhelming. You start to do anyhow, start to misbehave. But that's love. Love doesn't tell you how he handles you. Love doesn't tell you if he's going to immerse you and make you neck deep. It doesn't. It just comes like a wild wind. That's the way it is. Thank you so much. You didn't tell me your name. You only said you are texting from on you. So please do also put your name and your location. That's important. Okay. Simon from Ogbonderoko says, good evening, Nelson. In my past relationship, what I've learned is that the lady you started with may not be the one you will end up marrying. Rema, Samo, Oshebarest, thank you for this. I really appreciate it. 0807 777 Don't move a muscle. This is Flow FM's 7 Days of Valentine's giveaway. Here is Paul Play and Olamide. They till it's Friday, okay? And show that you get the songs. Let feel that love. This kind of love you are giving to Mr. Totori Body. Oh, and show that she hears it. He hears it. Always sing it. Oh, to her, of course. Don't forget, this is Flow FM 92.7, 7 Days of Valentine giveaway. And what we do right here is that a lucky listener gets to win 5,000 naira cash. And it's a simple task. You don't need to do much. All you need to do, right, is to answer a Valentine themed question. Now, the question for tonight is simple. It's what's that something you've learned from past relationships? All right, it could be A, it could be B, it could be Z, it could be commitment, it could be understanding, it could be love deeply, it could be don't love completely, it could be trust no one, like I've been getting, it could be communicate constantly, it could be this, it could be that, whatever it is. All right, send it onto WhatsApp and include your name, your location, because it's important. So we put an identity to your response. And then, of course, on WhatsApp, the number is 0807 777 9927. 0807 777 9927. And if you want to catch this live on Facebook, or you want to see how it's happening, I see they go on Facebook now, Flow FM NG, or on YouTube, it's Flow FM 927. That's how you see the live proceedings. Yes, proceedings. I'm in the live show on social media. Of course, let's get back to WhatsApp. I've got plenty of responses. Okay. Good evening, Nelson. From my past relationships, I've learned the value of communication, trust, and vulnerability. I realized that assuming everyone is the same can lead to a lot of misunderstandings, and I focus on knowing everyone's unique abilities now. Blessing from Tanke. More like blessing feels, well, I have to know everyone has a unique ability. So you've got to focus on it. All right. And just not assume that, well, everyone can be the same. No. Blessing says, I've learned to communicate, I've learned to trust, and I've learned to be vulnerable. Thank you so much, Blessing from Tanke. Also on WhatsApp, Rachel from Benin, right? Just want to say well done to Flow FM. Okay, thank you, Rachel. Thank you. I appreciate you. Also on WhatsApp, Emmanuel from Offa Garage says, good evening, Nelson. This is Emmanuel from Offa Garage. What I learned is how to move on. Can you please play me Home Within Your Heart by Stipe? I'm sorry, I cannot play that yet. Until 10 p.m. But this time around, it's about money matters on the show. Esther from Zango says, the lesson I've learned from my past relationships are I've learned from my previous mistakes, and also you should move on when the relationship is not working again. I love this. When it's not working, don't stay there counting the ceiling or counting the coins. Move. Another one will form. All right, thank you so much, Esther from Zanga. Good evening, Nelson. Man, how are you doing? I'm doing great. So I learned how to value myself first. No matter how you try to impress her, if she isn't meant to stay, she'll definitely vanish. It's just 55% out of 100% of women out there that are unique. How did you come to this conclusion, Victor? Always pray for the right partner as a man. Okay, I like that. Thank you, Victor from Subi. I appreciate you for your message. Hello, Nelson. What's one thing I've learned is I've learned from previous relationships to be honest. Always, no matter the situation, communication is key to any successful relationship. Hakim from Tanke. Hey, Hakim, thank you for that. Communication is key. Prince Zarki Ezekiel from Kulende says, good evening, Mr. Nelson. The things I've learned is trust and care. Interesting. I like this. Thank you, Prince, for the message. Also, good evening, Nelson. I trust you're doing great. I'm doing fantastically good. My name is Matthew Flourish from Tanke. What I learned from my past relationship is that don't be too attached that you don't know when to cut it off when you are not being treated well. Have self-respect for yourself to know when to walk away. Enjoy the rest of your night. I like this. The fact that you know when to walk away, right? But you have to still know that You cannot be too attached. That's from his own perspective, right? You cannot be too attached, so you know when to cut it off. Thank you, Matthew. Flourish from Tankcare. Also on WhatsApp, of course, 0807 777 I'm trying to remind you the number to send that your response to. Of course, going back to WhatsApp now, Newton from Tankcare says, "Good evening, Nelson. I don't have a past relationship because my first ended up being my wife. Congratulations. But I learned from other people's past that you shouldn't take the other person for granted." That's great. I like that. Don't take people for granted. Don't ever. They are there in your life for a reason, and you must acknowledge their presence and don't take their presence for granted. It's very important. Hi, good evening, Nelson. This is Love from Tanke. Your name is Love. I love your name. Well, the lesson I learned from my past relationship is that communication goes a long way in relationships. You must be able to communicate to your partner in a calm manner, not a violence one. She wrote violence, don't get it twisted. And you must learn to give your partner space when needs arise, not accepting desperation for love, and be a caring person and not a nonchalant one. Thank you, Love, for this loving one on the show. Hi, Nelson, how are you doing and how was your day? I'm toasting from Basin. To your question, what I've learned in past relationships is that no matter what, being sincere is very, very important. Tosin, you nailed it. Sincerity is key and vital. It's Flow FM 92.7, your go with the flow station, and right here is 7 days of Valentine giveaway, where you stand yourself, or where you stand a chance to win yourself 5,000 naira. Excitement they do me, I don't know. It just feels like I'm the one winning. I know you're the one winning, but don't forget, the question is, what's something you've learned from past relationships? Send it on to 0807 777 9927, 0807 777 9927 with your name and your location. Good, it's good on Flow FM 92.7. Your go with the Flow station. Yes, feeling good right here in the building. I am excited because it is a Valentine's giveaway. Now, the fact that Valentine is coming up in just days, right? Friday. But the love is in the air already. It's exciting to me. All right. And now it's a very special time of the day, right, on Flow FM 92.7, where you stand yourself, or you stand a chance rather, to win yourself 5,000 naira. And all you need to do is to respond to the question, Valentine themed question, which is, what's something you've learned from past relationships, from your past relationships? What have you learned? Send it to me on WhatsApp. All right, the number is 0807 777 9927, 0807 777 9927, with your name and your location. That's very important. All right, let's get back to WhatsApp. Of course, our major channel and a platform where we're taking your responses. My name is Angel from Unity Road. The crucial lesson I learned in my past relationship is never to compromise. To be a sincere partner. I had two partners then, and I ended up losing the two. I can imagine. All right, you held on to the two, and you ended up losing the two. So sorry about that. Thankfully, you learned your lessons, and you're on your way up. Thank you, Angel, for this one. Oli from Tanker says, one major lesson I've learned from past relationships is that compatibility matters as much as love. No matter how much you care about someone, if your values, your life goals, or communication styles don't align, the relationship will struggle. I also learned that mutual effort is key. A relationship thrives from when both partners invest in it, not just one person doing all the work. And lastly, self-worth should never be compromised. Love should enhance who you are, not make you question your value. When you know your worth, you set better boundaries and attract healthier relationships. Holy. This is holy and very rich. Thank you for this one, Oli from Tank. I really appreciate you. Also on WhatsApp, Jida Bilikis from Eruda says, I've learned a broken heart. I'm sorry to hear this, Jida Belikis. I'm very sorry. Oh, God have mercy. Saliu Sahid Olukayode from Aga says, the lesson I've learned from past relationship is that my women pretend to get me. Now she's my wife, and I cannot do anything about that again. But thankfully you learned your lessons. But she's your wife now. She's your wife. Don't worry, it is what it is. Thank you for the message. Good evening, Flow FM. This is Tolani from Amsterdam. What's up, Tolani? Well, as for me, I learned a lot in my past relationships, but the only thing I can never leave out is that I learned how to put myself as first priority. No matter how the situation may be, there is a powerful lesson for me. Learning to prioritize myself, regardless of the situation, is a crucial aspect of self-care and personal growth. It takes courage and self-awareness to recognize that my own needs and well-being are important. Thank you, Tolani, for this one. Yes, they matter a lot in a relationship. Oladimeji Anthony from Amadi, I've learned that you can't force love. It comes naturally. Thank you, Oladimeji Anthony. I Nelson Moranikeji from Fati. What I've learned from past relationships is self-care and independence. That's a great one. Thank you for this one. Good evening, Nelson. Love Doctor. One thing I learned from my past relationship is that because you and someone did not work out doesn't mean the person is bad or wicked. You can learn from it and love better. Favor from Tanker. Sometimes we lose some people and we're like, that person is wicked. He's wicked. He's a wicked somebody. He too do me bad. Might not be that the person is wicked. It might just be you guys are not just there on that level and someone has to leave. for you to find the right person in front, right? It's just for you to learn and then you move past it. All right. Thank you so much, Favor, for this. Okay. Good evening, Nelson. How are you doing today? I'm doing fantastically okay. Rachel Moreni Keji from Akerebiata. From me, I learned to be understanding and to have patience. Thank you. Thank you too for your response. I, Nelson Gift from Agboba says, I learned how to value myself. Value yourself. Key vital. Thank you, Gift. Good evening, Boss Nelson. I've learned trust, unbroken communication, never to force things when not working, transparency, to be open to correction, never to be desperate, be yourself, don't expect too much, beware of warning signs. Itua from Asadam. Itua, you too much, yo. Thank you for the 608 points that you dropped. Of course, these are the lessons you've learned from past relationships. Good evening, Nelson. Idris from F Division. What I've learned is respect and communication with honesty. Learn to accept when your partner says no or needs time alone. And also, when something bothers you, say it clearly and early. Don't expect your partner to read your mind or guess what's wrong. I know somebody's like, man, I think he should know. He should know when I'm not feeling good. Well, he needs to find out. And you have to tell him or tell her. All right, thank you so much, Idris from F Division. Good evening, Nelson. Trust your day. We're doing well. Elizabeth from Uni Lauren. I've learned from my past relationships that communication is an essential key in making a relationship thrive, most especially from a long distance relationship, and also not to give room for comparison. Also, always see good in whomever you are with. Thank you, Elizabeth, for this. Good evening, Nelson. I've learned in my last relationship to say sorry even when you are not at fault. Oluwatoyin from Fate. Thank you, Oluwatoyin. Good evening, Nelson. Victor from MFM says, if there's one thing I've learned from my past relationship and that it taught me, like life, it's a journey of endless learning. Every day reveals something new. And no matter how much we try perfection, perfection will always be just out of reach. But maybe, just maybe, that's what makes love so beautiful and real. Thank you. Have a nice night. And God bless you. Thank you for this. TY from a young Corin says, my lesson that I've learned is relationships is to be honest with your partner. All right. Thank you. And I appreciate this, your response. Good evening, Nelson. My name is Adedayo from Okeodo. I've learned the importance of communication, mutual respect, and understanding. Relationships thrive when both partners are willing to grow together, address issues openly, and support each other's individual journeys. I appreciate you. iFlow FM, Sam from Noble Brain Academy. I learned that relationships should start by defining what we want, and showing commitment helps. I mean, relationship is all about interest and commitment. I learned it and it's working for me. Good for you, Mr. Sam from Noble Brain Academy. And it's so good to have you on the show. Good evening, Nelson, presenter Dio from Amsterdam. I've learned a lot from my past relationships. So trusting somebody too much can hurt your mental health. So be careful. Be careful. Thank you so much, Daya, for this one. Good evening, Nelson. Philip Eleojo. Trust you're doing good. From my past relationship, I've learned that we meeting people is one of the way God blesses us. And there's always a particular thing to learn, which will later help us to the next phase of our lives. When it doesn't work out, we should pay attention to every little thing. Let's get back to the music. It's Flow FM 92.7. It's our 7 days of Valentine's giveaway. Standing a chance to win yourself 5,000 Naira with your response to the question, what's something you've learned from past relationships? Sending it on WhatsApp to 0807 777 9927 0807 777 9927. Juwan from Ofagara says, what I've learned is to always put myself first, because at the end of the day, I matter too. I don't have to be what they want me to be just to impress them. I always learned this the hard way, and I'm very grateful I did. Whatever it is I get myself into this year, I'm definitely going to do whatever makes me happy. So even if it ends, I'll still be proud of myself and say, girl, you did that thing. Hi, boss. It's lost. Thank you so much for this one. Here is Mario. Let me love you. I'll be back. When I come back, it'll be time for us to pick our winner for the night. You don't want to miss out on that. Go on Facebook now and do the waiting. Of course, be waiting right there as well. I'll be back in just a jiffy. You know what you do? Don't touch your radio.
Yeah, yeah. Baby, I just don't get it.
Jennifer Lopez saying, "Baby, I love you." That's some great tunes that you should be listening to this period. Of course, it's a season of love. And yes, we're spreading love. We're spreading the cheers in this season of Valentine. So, it's time for us to pick the winner for the day, for day 4 of our 7 days of Valentine giveaway on Flow FM 92.7, your Go With The Flow station. Now, it's time to pick the lucky listener, the one who have been picked to win 5,000 naira. I know I'm trying to build a tension. I love that. I can be some Frank Edo on the show. Of course, it's time now. It's 10 o'clock. And we're about to pick the winner. Yes. If you're on Facebook now, you can see the process is transparent, clean, clear as crystal. Can you hear the sound? Yes, that's the sound of the raffle cup. I call it raffle cup. Okay, let's go now. It's time to pick the winner. Okay, we've opened up the cup. And yes, there seems to be a winner. Yes, there is a winner. There is a winner. There is a winner. Oh my God. The winner for Flow FM's 7 days of Valentine giveaway for day 4 is Tolani from Asadam. Yes. Tolani, you won yourself 5,000 naira, 5,000 naira, Mala. And it's really a big congratulations to you. Congratulations. And yes, you are a lucky winner. So all you need to do right now, as you're celebrating, you're jumping everywhere in the house. I can see you there. You know what you do? Send your bank details onto the number 0807 777 9927. 0807 777 9927. All right. If you have not won something today, yes, it continues tomorrow. All you need to do is just to listen in, and it can be on any show. So when you're listening attentively and you're following us back to back on Flow FM 92.7 for you to to get yourself a chance to win 5,000 naira for tomorrow. And also not forgetting that you can follow us across all our social media platforms, at least 3 of our social media pages, for an extra entry for you to win the 20,000 naira grand prize on Friday on the 14th of February. All right. Now you must send the screenshot of your follow status along with your social media handle via WhatsApp for us to confirm. And that would make you qualify or get you qualified for that 20,000 naira that you will stand a chance to win on Friday, the grand finale, which will be on the 14th of February. So start to send the screenshot now. Screenshot your follow. 3 social media handles on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on X, on YouTube, everywhere. Just screenshot and send the screenshot on WhatsApp with your handle. Is important. Okay, follow us on Facebook, Flow FMNG, on Instagram, TikTok, and X. It's Flow FM 927. It's a wrap for today. Let's do this tomorrow, but we'll not go tonight without offloading the entries that didn't win tonight into the raffle cup for Friday. Now, if you're on Facebook, there is a bigger raffle cup, so the entries from today goes into the bigger raffle cup. Now they've entered. Can you hear the sound? That's the sound. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. The show continues at Flow FM 92.7, your Go With The Flow station. So Tolani from Asadam, do well to send your bank details onto 0807 777 9927. Only WhatsApp, by the way. 0807 777 9927. The night flow breeze continues, and I'll be back with the love letter part of the show. You don't want to miss out on that. Please stick around.